You are tuned to Channel 90 WMK TV, Palmetto Valley, Royale, Valhallaburg, Pacifica City.
Good morning, Pacific City. The time is now 6:40 a.m. And do you know where your coffee is? Special thank you to Royale's own Panbera Dollhouse for sponsoring this week's 5-day forecast. For 20 years, Panbera Dollhouse has offered the finest in custom-made dolls and gifts for every occasion. Get your custom-made doll right now in 2 new locations, Valhalla Burgs, Eris Boulevard, and in Pacific City, just off 9th Avenue and Market Street, right next door to the Riot Kitty Cafe.
belong. You undressed my heart from the very first time. Lay down beside me, give your body to me. Baby, don't let me go. Feel my love bomb below. I'm gonna give you a tasty secret that's gonna melt in your head. Oh, just wanna show you that I can love you until you understand.
Start your morning off on the right foot with Valhallaberg's own Loki's Mornings of Mischief, weekdays starting at 6 a.m. on WMK TV, Channel 90.
Baby. Baby. Let me take ya. Baby. Yo, baby, will you speak French to me tonight? Nothing to lose, boy. Just give it up to me and let your love loose. I need to find me a new lover, man. I wanna take you higher.
On the drive to work? Then tune in to the AM Commute with Culture Casino, weekdays at 8:30 on WMK TV, Channel 90. Thank you for tuning in to the pre-show. Coming up is Makini in the Morning, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. here on WMK TV, Channel 90. You are tuned to Channel 90, WMK TV, Palmetto Valley, Royale, Valhallaburg, Pacifica City. Okay, there we go. Let the applause get to it. Let the applause. Hold your applause. I'm kidding. All right. Okay. Good morning, CSF Nation. I'm Makini, 9-yard Sherman Illustrator, and it is the weekend. The weekend is here. Yes. Welcome to episode number 12 of Makini in the Morning. And yes, Friday is officially here. The weekend is upon us, and it is officially August. Man, had time fly. Time has flown. It is officially. I still can't believe. I was telling a coworker. I was telling an attorney at work yesterday. I was like, I cannot believe we're in August right now. But yeah, we are officially in August. Wow, it is absolutely insane. So I hope you guys are doing well. Now, before we kind of get started on stuff, a couple things I want to address. First up, I want to bring up. Thank you all. First up, I want to say thank you all for the support on thank you all for the support on the video on that I posted on Thursday. Posted on Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for the video on Tuesday. We got we're halfway towards 600 views. We only got 20 likes, but we actually got 4 dislikes. But I want to say thank you guys because we got a bunch of new subscribers as well. So you guys have been freaking amazing. Now, yeah, we did get 4 dislikes. All I could say is it was probably because of either the end of the video being pretty cringe, or I might have gotten my information wrong, or maybe, just maybe, I punched a nerve. Maybe I hit the I was too close. Maybe I hit too close to the mark with what I was saying about Ash Parrish's stupid stupid statements. I was probably pretty close to that mark, but either way, I got to all the new subscribers. I want to say big thank you to you guys, because we are now, I think we are 14 away from 2,200 subscribers. So you guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you to you guys, and of course, big thank you to my big thank you to everybody who watched the video. And guys, please just definitely watch the video. Leave your thoughts out. And also, I want to send a huge thank you. I want to send a bigger thank you to everyone who dropped a comment. There is some. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do on Sunday. We're gonna go through each We're gonna read all the comments that everybody pointed out. That everybody was pointing out in the video. Thank you guys for leaving your comments. I see Riot Kitties. I see so many people's comments. There's different replies and such like that and such. It really appreciate the discussion that was going on in the comment section, guys. So you guys are freaking amazing, and we will read these comments out on Sunday. So I just want to let you guys know. But guys, definitely check out the video. Let's see if we can get some more likes on it, get into the algorithm. Now, here's the thing. I was watching Kid Cajun's. I was watching one of Kid Cajun's videos on Wednesday, and I had to make some adjustments afterwards. But the thing is that he made like a really good point. Is that as much as I despise saying this term, you gotta if you want to kind of get your video, if you want to get some traction on your video, you're gonna have to use this term in the in your taglines. You're gonna have to put this term in your taglines, and that term is, of course, woke. So I hate saying that. I prefer not. I don't say that word. I really don't say that word as much. But there was a good point. If you want to get some, if you want your video to get some traction, you might want to have to start putting the term woke in the taglines in some cases. So I did adjust. I did make some adjustments to the video afterwards to adjust the tags after the video was uploaded, so that way I could add it on top of that. So yeah, that's yeah. So there's that. But we'll go over through all the comments on Sunday's show. Really appreciate that. Now, another special shout out I want to give is to none other than Chunky Moon's Discord. So I posted this. I posted this little sketch, and I'm glad to see that there was a lot of reception for that work sketch that I did. There was a lot of reception for this sketch yesterday, all over Discord and on the community tab. So I'm glad you guys like that. I'll do some more like daily. I'll try to make this like a daily thing if I have time at work. Then I'll just do some pen sketches to draw my sketchbook a little bit, and I'll post that up. But you guys seem to really like that, so I really appreciate that. But the funniest thing happened on Chunky Moon's Discord, and I want to shout out to the team. Like, I want to shout out to everybody who's in the Discord. Really, really cool, amazing bunch of guys too, by the way. But apparently there was a spammer. There was a spammer, and they got hidden messages. They said, "I can do much better than this. I'm an artist by profession. I am also a graphic designer. I can make animation, logos, PFP banners, Twitch emotes, 2D, 3D, more quality artwork. If you want, I will do your budget, whatever you want. If you're interested, you can DM me. Thanks." And yeah, they got caught as a spam bot, basically. Well, you find out, so, this professional artist, it turns out, they are, they deleted their description. Well, they said that they're an amateur artist. Oof. I'll just play this.
My leg!
Yeah. So that was kind of funny. Because I didn't even do anything. And it turns out, because I got two people say it was kind of rude and said, okay, scammer bot. Any other scammer bots we should know that always brings up, I can do 2D and 3D modeling. I'm a professional. Which it was clearly a scammer bot, or it was clearly someone asking for, like, commission work. Like, they're begging for commission work. Can you think thank you? Can't forget the thank you. You want a drawing? It was funny because Euthena over on the Discord was putting this up right here. And I was like, are you serious? Let me bring this up. So apparently it's a whole thread. There's a whole thing about this when it comes to the whole DM me. You know what I mean? I'll show you right here. Let's look at this.
Your nose is growing. Stop saying.
So apparently in the art general section of the Discord, you have the, I guess you could say, the beggars.
Your song is fire. Your nose is growing.
People begging for, like, I guess Discord's like, I guess it's like Discourse, but yeah, people like begging for commissions or begging for commissions work, DM me for commission work all that time. So it's.
Stop saying your song is fire. Your nose is growing.
That's not really the best way to, I wouldn't say that's not really the best way to get yourself out there and get people to, pick up your stuff. I wouldn't say that's the best way to just... And also, like the funny thing, and Dreamy Tabitha brought this up when I was posting this in the community tab yesterday, that, I told Tabitha that, if you were to tout that, you're a professional artist by profession, you're a graphic designer, and you can do all these emotes, PFPs, you can do 2D and 3D work, you would at least have a social media, like a Twitter or Instagram or something, that would actually showcase, where you could actually show that you're this, that, or the third, And I tried looking this up. I tried looking them up to see if they have like a Twitter or like a social media. I couldn't find anything. So it clearly is probably a spam bot of all sorts. It was funny. It was funny. It was just a spam. I think it just ended up being a spam bot. Whatever. It's just. I didn't need to do anything. I was just kind of looking back. I was just posting a sketch, man. Probably not the best way to, advertise yourself. I'm just saying, if that is an actual person. But yeah, clearly that was a spammer. So that was funny. That's funny. Anyway. Here's what we're going to do today. I am finishing up this Mindscape Cinema drawing for Saya. And what we're going to do, and I got a couple of topics I want to go over today. We're going to go over specifically two. Normally, I would reserve this for the Sunday shows, for the Sunday hangout, but we're going to do it today. And that is the Bungie layoffs, as well as, what's been going on with Second Wind. Nick Landra, Yahtzee, formerly of Zero Punctuation, that group. We're gonna go and talk about a lot of that stuff today. So, hope you guys are in for a very packed Friday. It's probably gonna be like an hour and a half or though. So, let's get right into it. So, thank you guys so much. We got I think like 4 or 5 people watching in chat. I see Loki's I see Keely's coming in from the raid. I think they're probably gonna send a raid over. So big thank you guys. Of course, do all that good stuff that you guys do, and hit that. Oh, wrong one. Where's my step on that like button? Where's the bunny step on that like button? Where's that? Where is it? There we go, right here. There we go. Step on that like button. Wait. There we go. Step on that like button, guys. Step on that like button. Share the stream out. Big thank you to thank you to everybody's watching, regardless if you're on YouTube or on Rumble. I noticed that on the Rumble side, we end up having like 7 or 8 people watching by the end of the show. So, big shout out to everybody on Rumble. I really appreciate that. You guys are absolutely amazing. And of course, shout out to you guys watching on YouTube, regardless wherever you're watching. Hope you have a great Friday as well. And Sonny's got his new desk set up, so okay, so he looks like a whole stream. Nice. And good morning, and let's go say good morning to everybody. Power is dropping the VTuber-ish again. Listen, all I can say is Kevin getting in trouble. That's just a day that ends in Y. Like when has never been a time where Kevin has not been in trouble? For those who don't know, Kevin is a big big channel on Twitter. They do rigging. They actually do the rigging and art for some of the big VTubers out there as well. And of course, he got caught in the hoopla, and well, let's just say hilarity ensues once again. Kevin, they can't. I think these people speaking out against Kevin are like, I think they have a secret, addiction to Kevin. I think they're addicted to Kevin. You know what I mean? I think they have Kevin's got a bigger fan base than he realizes, and he already has a huge fan base. But hey man, keep doing what you're doing, Kevin. You apparently you getting a lot of people getting a lot of people talking all the time. So, but yeah, it's just it's crazy, absolutely crazy. Oh my god, it's just brilliant. But Kim just keeps oh there's more. Okay, oh my god, this fucking VTuber rigger shit. Yeah, it's whatever. It's just what it is, man. Oh my god. Alright, I think that Keely Chow, roll tide, Keely. Thank you for the Loki raid. Really appreciate that. And we see the lovely Mary's Game Room. Good morning, Miss Mary. The mod of mod, the wrench of wrenches. Chris Bird saying the like button has been deployed. And I'm off to run errands. I'm listening from my phone. Chris Persia, good to see you, my man. And let's get a CSF Nation salute for the one, the only Chris Persia. There we go. Let's get a CSF Nation salute, y'all. Come on, y'all. All my members, let's get a salute. Let's do a salute. Let's get a bunny salute going. All right. And Miss Penny, good morning to you, Stunning, with his new desk and setup. Good to see that. Hope you can post some photos of the new setup as well. Like to see that as well. All right. And yeah, this weekend, of course, August this weekend, we got to get started on the I got to get started on prepping the batches together. I still got one more drawing to do, but we got to get the batches prepped together though. So, let's go and get right. But regardless, let's get right into it. Okay, so Watson got the earrings first, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep the Pomodoro technique going. However, what we're gonna do is I'm going to bring up the topics as in the meantime. So the big news that has been going on, the big news that just really blew up was the Bungie layoffs. Bungie, of course, everyone knows Bungie. Everyone should know who Bungie is. Everybody should know who Bungie is. If it's not just one simple word, if you guys have not heard of Bungie, I can describe them in one simple word: Halo. Bungie, the original developers of the iconic Halo franchise, of course, Destiny. Of course, they are also the creators of Destiny and the Marathon franchise as well. They have been, and of course, this is at the time that Destiny released Destiny, they released the final Shape expansion as well. which are pretty damn good reviews. But however, it seems that Destiny has been on a bit of a turbulent grounds lately. But it's not helped with the big news that happened practically yesterday. This is coming from that Park Place. Essentially, Bungie has Destiny developers Bungie, which they're under Sony, by the way. They have underwent massive layoffs, and the blame lies squarely on its CEO and chairman, Pete Parsons, basically. Here's his quote. Due to rising costs of development and industry shifts, as well as enduring economic conditions, it has become clear that we need to make substantial changes to our core structure and focus development elements entirely on Destiny and Marathon. He then declared, that means the beginning of today, 220 of our roles will be eliminated, representing 17% of the studio's workforce. Yes, 220 employees were laid off yesterday, technically. And the worst part was that a lot of the people who were laid off, they didn't find out until it was announced on Twitter. Like, how scummy is that? That you would, how kind of scummy is that you would just, that you don't get, like, an official, like, response on, say, like, the website, or, like, an official, like, email or something like that. Like, a lot of people found out that they were laid off on Twitter until it was announced on Twitter. And this caused a significant backlash. And I mean a significant backlash to everything that's going on. Power, really appreciate that. If you want to kind of speed up on the VTube and stuff, you can put the VTube and stuff aside in the chat. Appreciate the news, my man. But yeah, I think you can put that to the side for now. But these actions affect every level of the company, including most of the executive and senior level roles. Parsons stated, I realize that all of this is hard news, especially following the success we have seen with the Final Shape expansion. But as we navigated the broader economic realities over the last year and exhausting all other migration options, this has become a necessary decision to refocus our studio and our business with more realistic goals and viable financials. Yeah, he's gonna still keep going. All right. Essentially, Parsons explained that two other changes where the company were making. First, we are deepening our integration with Sony, which is the parent. Sony is the parent company of Bungie, and they bought them out for a large sum. Sony bought out Bungie for a large sum of money. Thank you, Power. Sony bought out a large sum of money for to acquire Bungie and such like that, and some people were blaming, like, let's not beat around the bush. A majority of these layoffs are squarely to blame on Pete Parsons, the CEO. But he was saying, first, we're deepening our integration with Sony Interactive Entertainment, working to integrate 155 of our staff, 12% into SIE over the next few quarters, so probably about the next year or so. SIE has worked tirelessly with us to identify roles as many of our people as possible, enabling us to serve together to save a great deal of talent that would otherwise have been affected by the reduction in force. Second, we are working with PlayStation leadership to spin out more of one of our incubation projects, an action game set in a brand new science fantasy universe, to form a new studio within PlayStation Studios to continue its promising development, he added. And we're gonna get to a little teaser. There's actually a little teaser of the there's actually a little teaser of that, and we're gonna let me see if I can find that. Oh, what was it? Bungie's new title. Bungie's new title. There's another one, new IP, and they released a little teaser of that too, and I'm gonna see if I can find it here. Let's see, where is it? There's a video of that, and of course they are just all over the place. There's an image of a new IP that they're working on. Oh God, if I could find that. But they are working on a new IP, and they showed a little like photo teaser on. Was it this one right here? Bungie's new IP. Where is it? Where is it? But it looks like it's heading to mobile devices, I think. And they were showing a little image of it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I'm gonna post leave the image here. This is how it looks. I'll blow this up later. But Parsons went on to explain how Bungie got to the point where it appears to be completely imploding. For over 5 years, our goal is to shape games in 3 enduring global franchises. To realize that ambition, we set up incubation projects, with each seated and senior development leaders from our existing teams. We eventually realized that this model had stretched our talent too thin quickly. It also focused our studio support structures to scale to a larger level than we could realistically support, giving our 2 primary products development in Destiny and Marathon. Additionally, in 2023, our rapid expansions ran headlong into a broad economic slowdown, a sharp downturn in the games industry, our quality missed with Destiny 2 Lightfall, and needed to give the final shape and Marathon time needed to ensure both projects deliver at the quality our players expect and deserve. We are overly ambitious, our financial safety margins, we were subsequently exceeded and began running into the red. After this new trajectory, after this new trajectory became clear, we knew we had to change course and speed. We did everything we could to avoid today's outcome, Parsons wrote. Even with exhaustive efforts undertaken across our leadership and product teams to resolve our financial challenges, these steps were simply not enough. As a result, we must say goodbye to incredible talent, colleague, and friends. Well, there's some let's just say there was some background history of Pete Parsons, because apparently Pete has been going on, and this has come from learning the law on Twitter. Bungie CEO, the communist LGBTQ Seminoles, the audacity of promoting be kind while firing 25% of the workforce, carrying the same type of people who ultimately eat you alive. This is what happened when you prioritize sending a message over equality. It's beautiful to watch. Pete Parsons has been caught basically in 4K, essentially buying up $2 million worth of money, $2 million worth of vintage cars. Let me go and see if I can find. We can bring up Pete Parsons, because this is the CEO, and yeah, people are pissed. People are legitimately pissed over Pete Parsons, because they and this is disgraceful. He has spent $2.4 million on 25 vintage cars in the last 2 years. And you laid off 25% of your staff. This is his car list. Some lovely... Don't get me wrong. There's some lovely machines in here. I see an E30 M3. An old 911. I think it's a 76 911 Carrera. 240Z. Okay. I see another 911. We got a 300 SL. We got two second generation Corvettes, one first generation Corvette. Shelby GT, I think is old school Shelby GT 500, Jaguar E-Type. Freaking we got Mini Cooper. We got a couple of bikes in here. There's some very nice classic cars. Why did you spend $2.5 million on them? Yes, he spent $2.5 million. He's been spending a lot. And they laid off 25% of their staff. People are pissed. People are legitimately pissed off right now. Let's go ahead and get into some of the people who are very angry right now, because there are a couple of tweets. Let's get started right here. The layoffs have been unceremonious and poorly timed, according to four employees. This has come from PC Gamer, by the way. One particularly harrowing example comes from Kelly Jen, a former producer at Bungie, who was laid off right before she received maternity leave benefits. Oh boy. Right before she leaves, it's just really bad timing because my maternity leave was supposed to start next Monday and I got laid off today. Jen adds that her child is due literally any day now. Not gonna lie, after I found out this morning, I kept crying. Particularly because of the pregnancy hormones, but because partially this is the first time I got laid off, and it's not even my fault, Lynn says. She contacted Bungie's HR to see if she'll still be eligible for maternity benefits, but reveals that her maternity leave benefits are gone, and the baby isn't here yet. The probably is that when I think it's I'm gonna try to get the information out on this one. Try to look for the information, but it seems that everybody's getting laid off without benefits. I think it's that some employees are getting laid off without any kind of parachute or any kind of benefits whatsoever. And this caused a huge amount of outrage. Which in the face of that, CEO P. Parsons spent at least $2.5 million on vintage cars in the last 2 years. Destiny Nojali discovered a profile named Bing Parsons on the bidding website at bingtrailer.com as advertising the won bids and such like that. And let me open this up. Let's see. Yep. These are all his bids, too. This is the money that you were spending on... Jesus Christ. It just... This is from PC Gamer, guys. Parsons' money was spent, but boy, isn't that weird, isn't it? It's strange that Bungie hasn't announced any kind of voluntary cuts to his The problem is, he's not getting any cuts to his salary. No cuts to his salary whatsoever. So what we're looking at is a straight up... We're almost looking at a Bobby Kotick situation. Like what we see with Activision, like in the case where a bunch of people have to get laid off, but the CEO, the higher-ups are not getting a cut whatsoever. They're not getting some kind of salary or pay cut whatsoever. This is just reminiscent of what was going on with Activision Blizzard a couple years ago. Parsons' money to spend, but boy, it isn't. He has so much of it, while now his former employees face anxiety over their basic living expenses, isn't it? Strange that Bungie hasn't announced any kind of voluntary cuts to his salary, even if it would be a token gesture. Liana Rupert, a former community manager, made a lengthy post on Twitter expressing similar frustration to her experiences with the company, alleging, and we're going to bring up Liana's, and this is a very huge thread on Liana Rupert's tweet, but essentially, I remember the Friday before the first layoffs, and me and another community manager in the lobby, and I was literally talking about how I didn't have enough money for groceries. Pete walked right up to us, bragged about a few new expensive cars he bought, and then we should come to his house and see them. To see so many of his employees out of a job, following the critical success of Destiny 2's final shape, reminds me of the list of things that you will no longer keep you safe in this industry. Written by indie dev Masi Macy or Dorchidai, Dolce during the Tango Gameworks closure. Yeah, and people are still not happy over the Tango Gameworks shut down by Microsoft. Making something as good as is, no guaranteed safety. The sword of Damocles is hanging over the developers' heads. It seems regardless whether they do good work or not. At least some people are able to afford cars. Basically, there was also another, and we're going to get more into this, because Bungie has been in... First thing I want to bring up is, you know, to everybody who was affected by this, everybody who was affected by these layoffs, it's not good. I'm just gonna say right now, it's not good whenever you have to deal with these kind of BS layoffs and such like that. It's never good. It's never good. We don't, for all these guys, but we could talk about the layoffs, we can talk about all this stuff, but generally, I don't but just as a moral code, I don't celebrate when people get laid off. I genuinely don't. I genuinely don't celebrate when people get laid off. And no matter who it is, I genuinely don't. So I want to make sure, so to everybody who was affected, you got our support, you definitely got my support. I hope you guys are able to at least bounce back from this immediately. Like, at least have another job, like, lined up in the rings immediately after this, because this is abhorrent and disgraceful. What Pete Parsons is doing. Second, do I agree that some of the state of Bungie in was probably self-inflicted? In some cases, maybe, because Bungie has really well, let's put it this way. Bungie has stepped in it many times. Bungie has stepped in it and got themselves in hot water many times. And as John and Trent points out to a lot of the different tweets that we heard from Gruns and Learning the Law, that Bungie has gotten into a lot of hoopla over the years too, with their more push for pride, more push for pride, more push for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Being pro, doing a lot of these pro pride kind of stuff going on. Of course, everybody remembers the whole Latin. Of course, if you're someone like Grumpy, you remember the when Bungie stepped in it with the whole Latino, Latinx, and Latin, those kind of push when they were doing that. And I remember myself doing the I remember making a post about the whole showcasing a picture of Angie from Midnight Rush, and I'm like, hey Bungie, she's a Latina. Okay, can you please stop it with the whole Latin? They got so much. The funny part was that they got so much blowback from it too. They got so much blowback. They were ripped to shreds on Twitter over the whole, pushing the Latinx and pushing the other surnames aside from Latina or Latino. They usually kind of tend to put their foot in their mouth. There's a whole situation with Seattle. There's a whole situation where they got a lot of hoopla for the Seattle Pride event in 2018. It just there's and even with former Bungie, former Bungie developers and such like that, saying things on top of that, and very the layoffs. It's just insane. Like these layoffs are, insane. And the thing is that your CEO and a lot of people were bringing this up. A lot of the employees are bringing up the CEO needs to step down. And I agree with them. Pete Parsons needs to step down. If you're spending, the reason he was able to spend $2.4 million was because of the acquisition from Sony. He got a big payout from that. So you're spending it all on vintage cars, and you're bragging about it to your employees the day before you fire them. Like, can you please make this make sense? Like, please, make it make sense. Like, this is not the way to run a studio like this. This is definitely not a way to run a studio like that. And sorry about that, everyone. I just want to adjust my thing real quick. My bad. But this whole thing, like, you can't do this. Like you really can't do this, and like that's just a bad look on you guys. And this does not spell any, promising hope for Bungie as well. This just does not promising hopes for Bungie. But then again, there's clearly some of what Bungie was doing that led up to these layoffs might have been more on the self-inflicted side. This is also coming from that Park Place. Following the announcement of Bungie is letting go of its employees, it is revealed that multiple activists were let go amid the downsizing. Bungie was laying off 220 employees, which is 17% of the staff, as well as moving 155 employees to its parent company. Furthermore, it's revealed that Bungie's incubation projects would spin out into its own studio, which will consist of one project that has 75 employees. Parsons explained why Bungie was experiencing these mass layoffs and changes due to rising costs in development and industry shifts, as well as enduring economic conditions. It became clear that we need to make substantial changes to our most structure and such like that when it comes to Destiny and Marathon. Now it revealed that multiple activists have been part of these layoffs. Senior narrative designer Robert Brooks revealed that he was a part of the layoffs. He wrote on X, after nearly 5 years of delivering sensational seasonal story from The Hunt all the way to Deep and something like that, and all the most well-received Final Shape, I have been laid off. Today is my last day in Bungie. What a strange trip it has been. All the best. Still, all the best, even though, sorry you got laid off. And I hope you can bounce back on your feet. Just even though you did make some tweets like these, though. Back in 2020, he was pushing the lifestyle and justified trying to normalize objectively. Well, he basically wrote this trope. When I was young, questioning my sexuality and not quite understanding who I was, I had a lot of people speculating, is he gay? Other way less friendly slurs. I didn't know the answer to that because I didn't know what bisexuality was when I was a teenager, okay? I was confused by myself and didn't have any proper education, and once I knew what bisexuality was, I didn't really know what it meant because I lived in a rural part of the U.S., and only met a bi person and couldn't find representation of them in the media, he concluded. So this was more about, because he stated, representation matters, whether it's sexual orientation, race, culture, it helps you identify with yourself and understand yourself to feel seen. That is... We're not going to get into that. This is especially powerful for groups of people who still face marginalization and persecution for the way that they're born. Okay. Queer baiting exists. It's not kind, and it has no place in a queer-friendly community within our space. He says that promote LGBT rights. He posted, there's a place and a time for nuance, and this isn't the place, because to do so is actively damaging to a marginalized community. Of course, yeah. Of course, with that, he declared that Saint 14 and Cyrus, two characters in the game, are gay, stating when how much of the community was unclear or something and obvious as Zavla and Awoken. I realize probably something I should say something because it's not secret, because it's not point of speculation, and because it's not puzzle designed to be solved by its community and its own team. So yes, Saint and Cyrus are gay. You've always been. You can make the meme yourself. Okay. So I mean, that one, yeah, the representation thing is the same thing we kind of hear all together. But still, Robert Brooks, if you are listening, I wish you best of luck. Hopefully you can get back on your feet, like, immediately. Honestly, I hope a lot of the people who've been laid off can at least find another place to work real soon. And, actually, not having to worry about, not worrying about their next paycheck, or not worrying about if they're not going to be able to provide for their family and not be able to put food on the table. Because a lot of people at Bungie who are laid off are experiencing that right now. But he's not the only one. He is not the only one. Max Nichols was also laid off. Quote, after 9 years and fully half of my adult life, I was let go from Bungie this morning. Among many other amazing folks, get to work on a game like this where I made and helped make experiences that are enjoyed by millions of people is a huge privilege. That's a great point. And March, here we go. Nichols declared anyone who was criticizing SBI and its injection of ideology were quote unquote murderous white supremes. I'm not going to say the full thing because, YouTube and all that. Quote, it's always shocking to see the intense hatred, jealousy, and viciousness in the S parts of online gamer culture when it rears its head. I will assume anyone who's mad at SBI right now is a murderous white supreme. Quote, don't let the polite, that word, bad guy from WWE2, into the bar rules apply. It is completely self-defeating to talk to these people. The only reason I speak up about it is to help signal the others outside that cult that no, they're scum, and yes, everyone knows it. Oh, boy. Sounds like a very, loving individual, don't you think? Yeah. Still, I hope you get back on your feet, Max Nichols, despite those kind of tweets. Everybody, apparently, stunning, grumpy, power, everybody in the chat, if you're against SBI, you are a murderous white supreme in his eyes. A murderous white supreme, you're apparently scum. Okay. Yeah, that's... all the best, but, don't think that those tweets wouldn't come back. Don't you think that those tweets would come back and bite you in the butt at least a little bit, making those kind of statements? Don't you think it's a little... still, this is a mess. And, the shape of Destiny and everything else moving forward, just with Destiny and Marathon and, else moving forward, we're going to keep a close eye on how Bungie is going to move on from this, but I think we can all agree unison that Pete Parsons, the CEO, does need to step down. The CEO, Pete Parsons, does need to step down. Because this is a really bad look. This is a really bad look on you. And the fact that it seems that he hasn't taken a pay cut, though. It always seems to be cases with a lot of stuff in the industry with when you have these mass layoffs, yet the CEOs of companies, the big companies, are usually, they're the ones who not take a big pay cut, though, or to not step down, when a lot of what the state of Bungie is in can lie squarely on them as well. It really is sad to see. It really is kind of sad to see, though. And I say this as I don't play. It's like I've never played Halo. I've never played a single Bungie game, but I have friends who were avid Destiny players, who are avid Destiny players, who do support Bungie and wherever they go, and it's really is just sad to see. And as somebody who's not into looter shooters, but yet I'm getting such a huge kick out of the First Descendant right now. I'm enjoying it. I am legitimately enjoying that game, and I know what it's meant to be following in that footsteps of the Destinies and the Warframes out there. And I hope that, like I said, I hope that First Descendant gets that same... I hope the First Descendant gets that same success that Bungie, that Destiny 2 and Warframe gets in the long term. I think it deserves that long-term success as well. But this, it's just sad to see it's a state, the state that the game is in. But one thing I want to point out is that this right here. So this is a little teaser image from. If I could find a bigger. Well, let's see if I can find a. Let's see if I can find a bigger image of that. But they teased a new IP. And essentially it's going to be a. Let's see if they have a. Oh, do they have an image of this? Yeah. So essentially, it's a third person. It seems to be a multiplayer. It seems to be a very lighthearted, like multiplayer like Overwatch, I guess you could say. It's like a multiplayer like Overwatch, and they released this teaser image, which very colorful but kind of corporate. We'll see how that works out. But this is the new part of the new, I guess, new studio underneath. It's a science Okay, so it's a science fantasy action IP. P. Parsons announced his update Post Studios website that Bungie are spinning off into a new first-party studio, which will take development of a new science fantasy IP. As per by Jason Schreier, 75 people will be moving to Bungie with this new studio. Details currently scant, but reports have suggested that it's being developed under the codename Gummy Bears. Okay? It is a team-based action title with lighthearted and comedic tone. So, and they showed an image of like I said, this is the image of it. This is, apparently it's called Codename Gummy Bears. It looks like it might be like a team-based multiplayer, I guess like Overwatch, with lots of running or motion, stuff like that. The teaser art definitely gives some of that Overwatch Fortnite vibes. Looks interesting, I'll say, but it might look a little bit of the same. But we'll see about that. But this just ain't work. Lucky Nico, good morning to you. I don't know how to feel without this, but this is real bad. This is a real bad look on Bungie. And I think we're probably going to hear more of the fallout from this in the following week. I think we're probably going to hear more fallout from this in the next couple of days, because this can't be good. This cannot be good. This cannot be good. And like I said, all the best to everyone. All the best to everyone affected by these layoffs. And we cover those layoffs once we do. I try to cover layoffs when I can in regards to the gaming industry, because this just adds more and more to the layoffs that we have. I think we're at 25,000 layoffs at this point. I think we are. I think we are at 25,000 layoffs. Between now and last year, we've seen so many layoffs from different studios and stuff like that, and I'm like, what is going on in the industry? Is the industry going through some sort of change? Are we going to see another crash soon? Are we going to see a change in tides and such like that with where the industry is going? But these layoffs are just like happening day after day, but especially when it's especially when it's a big studio like Bungie making these layoffs, it's a big deal. Like, I think it's definitely a big deal a big deal in the industry, and people are talking about this like crazy. So I'm gonna keep a close eye on this. On the Bungie, with Bungie, the layoffs and everything. We'll see if there's any more news develops, but I guarantee you, we're probably gonna have some more Bungie news in the following week. I think we're gonna have more news in the following week regarding all of this. just crazy. Just crazy. And everybody is okay, yeah, see, okay, so even senior executives, so even there's a bigger update that sources have clarified that both Smith and Noseworthy departures came as payback project was shut as the payback project was shut down, after which executive restructuring meant they had no path forward at Bungie. Smith, who was executive director, became a notable public-facing representative for the studio, having guided Destiny 2's narrative back to a place where excited fans can clearly set up a long-term story for the sci-fi shooter. Noseworthy, meanwhile, was the vice president of the Destiny universe and responsible for overall strategy for Destiny as an intellectual property and business. And GameStop has contacted Bungie for a statement, and of course they're working on a marathon reboot and such like that. The final shape expansion had just dropped. It brought a lot of new people. It definitely brought some fans back. It definitely seems to be very well received from what I've been hearing on the final shape expansion. Let me ask you this: Do you guys think that? Do you guys think that they can bounce back from this? I'm gonna ask it over to you guys. Considering, first off, do you guys think that Pete Parsons should step down? Let me ask you. That'll be the first question. Do you guys think Pete Parsons should step down? Considering everything that's been laid out, considering everything that's been going on, and Pete Parsons is the CEO, all this blowback and such, do you think he should step down? Because personally, I think he should. Secondly, do you think Destiny can bounce back from this, especially if Pete Parsons is still there as CEO? I'm gonna ask you guys on that question, because personally, I don't think that they can. I think it's gonna take them a long time for them to bounce back from this, especially when they have, especially when they have new games in the works, new games in development. Working on the reboot for Marathon, working on the Marathon reboot, working on a new studio under Sony. I mean, this is crazy. This is absolutely insanity. And like I said, heart goes out to everybody affected by this, affected by these layoffs. We're gonna, you know what? I said we're gonna hear more layoffs. I said by the end of this year, we're gonna have more and more. We're gonna hear more and more layoffs, and I wouldn't be surprised if we hear another big. I wouldn't be surprised if we hear another big studio layoff before the holiday season, or not by the end of the year, but by the holiday season, which is November, December. We're gonna hear more layoffs. I would not be surprised in the slightest, because none of this, because like you said, Grumpy, nobody is, not just that nobody is safe, but the current trajectory that Bungie is going through, and a lot of the studios is going through, especially the big AAA studios are going through, it's just simply not sustainable. The current trajectory is just simply not sustainable. And, with so many people getting affected by that, what's next? What is next? What's going to be, with a lot of these studios in the years down time and such like that. So, sorry if I couldn't get my cadences out. Sorry, I'm going to get the cadences of my words out, but we are almost done with Saya right here. We're almost done with this profile for Saya as well. This is a Mindscape cinema. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try to see if I can finish the rest of this out, and then we're gonna get into one more topic. And this involves Nick Calandra of Second Win. Bounce back to the end, but Pete needs to go. Yeah, Grumpy is saying that Pete does need to go. Stunning Power, Lucky Nico, how do you guys feel about Destiny? And I want to ask to the, even to the new subscribers, the people who are discovering my channel, were you guys avid Destiny players? Is there anybody here who was an avid Destiny player who supported Bungie after their move away from Activision? After they split off from Activision and got picked up by Sony? I'd like to hear from you guys on that one. I'd like to hear from those people as well, Like, I mean, do you guys still support, Grumpy said, Hijabi Gamer? She's gonna be, she's definitely feeling that, like, she was an avid Destiny player, and, she's probably not happy about this. I assume that a lot of the big Destiny supporters as well are not happy about this right now. But this is a mess. This is a mess. I would cite this that I would honestly argue that this is just as big of a mess as when Microsoft shut down Tango Gameworks and Arcane Austin. Of course, Tango Gameworks, that was the team behind Hi-Fi Rush, Ghostwire Tokyo, The Evil Within. Arcane Austin, of course, that was Redfall. That was not only that was at Redfall, that was Dishonored. And I've said my point that I don't think Redfall should have been made. I don't think Redfall should have been made. I think we all knew that Redfall was going to be a disaster. Was a disaster from the very beginning. And two, second thing is that with Tango Gameworks is a bigger. I think a lot of people are still mad at Microsoft and mad at Phil Spencer and the Microsoft team for shutting down Tango Gameworks, and they're still, I think till this day, they still haven't given us a concrete answer. Even with Miss Braun, who was one of the heads at Xbox, was doing that Bloomberg interview, and she got ripped to shreds basically. Because, they didn't give us because there was no real, was there a real answer for why Tango Gameworks had to be shut down when it seemed that, they were actually one of the more successful studios, especially under the Bethesda umbrella lately, And yeah, Dishonored and Redfall seem disaster. Yeah, and like I said, that's a huge. It's just a sad blow that Arcane Austin, because I think they should have worked on a third Dishonored instead of having to go this live service Left 4 Dead angle with Redfall, which was a complete disaster. It was a big disaster, But like I said, heart goes out to all of them, man. This is crazy, man. This is definitely crazy, and with a lot of the stuff that's been going on, it's just absolutely insane. I've been covering these. For those of you, I've been covering the video game. I've been covering the stuff that's been going on in the industry for probably since after the Suicide Squad, Sushi Squad. Ever since the Sushi Squad fiasco, I've been keeping a close eye on everything that's been going on. Ever since the whole fallout with, Sweet Baby Ain't Detected, Cabrutus Rainbow, especially since that, the backlash and pointed out and such like that, So having that one developer's comments is saying that, everybody who was against SBI was scum and an evil white supreme, and it's like... you know, it's like statements like that, you know, statements like that are gonna bite you back in the, statements like that are gonna bite you in the butt at some point, man. You know, there are legitimate criticisms, there are legitimate concerns with what's been going on lately and such like that. And generally, I know I don't want to see more people, I don't want to see, you know, more companies get laid off, more studios get laid off and such like that. You know? Regardless of how other people feel that, you know, they may have deserved it for some of the hoopla and such like that, still generally, we don't like seeing people get laid off. We don't like reporting studios getting laid off, but it needs to be reported, it needs to be brought up, because this thing has been going on, because since 2023, since last year, we've seen so many industry layoffs. That was one thing I noticed, was that when I was watching Skill Up, and I was watching a lot of the other gaming YouTubers last year, they kept reporting on, we're getting, this studio is closing down, this studio is getting laid off, that studio is getting laid off. Like, reporting, like, we're getting up close to, like, 10,000 people in the industry getting laid off. Something is going on. Like, something is clearly going on. And something's got to change. And I try, and you know, I do, and I probably need to go back to making those posts again on my community tab of the different industry. So for a little bit, I was covering, I was doing community posts on the layoffs. If I hear a studio that gets laid off, if there's any news on a studio that gets laid off, another studio that suffering layoffs, I usually report it to let the industry know and let them know, like, hey, this was this team that did this. Like, for example, the Sumo Digital Sumo Group, you know, they getting laid off. I reported on that. That was the team behind, you know, Sonic All-Stars Racing and a lot of different Sega titles as well. For Sega titles and such like that. It's just, I think I need to go back to doing that. I think I need to go back to doing that and really making those important posts out and just like letting you guys know, let other people know, you know, other people getting laid off, all these staff industry layoffs and such like that, you know. This whole everything that's going on with gaming, I am pretty much really into talking about that right now. And you know what, Grumpy, don't even bring up that term embrace, because the Embracer Group, which is just the Embracer Group are just the scumbags in its own right, man. Like this whole thing, man, just this whole thing's been a mess. This whole thing, this stuff with the industry going on in this industry has been an absolute mess, and it feels like everything is in shambles now, you know. Everything, so much stuff that's going on has been in shambles right now that, like, a lot of this stuff cannot be sustainable. Okay, so we got that. Now, let's get this done here. So this is for, what this is for is, this is for the Makini Live. This is for the Makini Live reboot. This is for the Makini Live reboot that we're planning for on the 4-year anniversary. We're planning it on the 4-year anniversary, guys. That we're gonna bring back Makini Live under the new format, under a new look, under a new reboot. And I'm doing Mindscape cinema art for all the girls in the for all 4 girls. And then as I'm gonna start this weekend, I'm gonna start putting together the intro, the intros, the outros, the look of the channel, the intros, the outlooks, the look of the show, the visual styles and everything. Even coming up with a new logo or something like that. But we're gonna all be doing that. I'm going to be doing that all this month, as our target date is August 18th, basically. That's when Sunday, August 18th is our target date for the Makini Live reboot. For the Makini Live. So, we're going to make that happen. We are going to make that happen. So, but thank you guys so much. You guys, please step on that like button, share, stream out. You guys are absolutely amazing. We're going to get into one more topic in just a little bit. But first, I want to just see if I can finish this up for Saya before we get out of here. I've been putting a bit of work on this one. I've been putting a bit of work on this one for Saya this time. And if you guys show, this is the one I did for Kiki, which is now my new profile picture. And we're doing one for each girl, basically. So I think I should be... That's with the extra shading. I think we should be done. I think I should be done. I think so. I think so. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna grab this this here, and I'm gonna make let me make one more. Let me see if I can make a tone adjustment a bit real quick. Color correction layer, tone curve. Here. I do like how the skin tone and everything looks. I do like how the skin tone stuff looks as well. I do like skin tones and stuff. Tones such like that. Although I probably need to tone down the levels a bit. Levels a bit. Tone. It's like a subtle adjustments too. And very subtle adjustments though. There we go. Very subtle adjustments here and there. Subtle adjustments here and there. So let's go ahead and do the. What time is it? 8:11. Okay, so about 20 in about 4 minutes. I'm gonna start. So I'm gonna hit Control V. So we got the new signature. I'm gonna put you. Actually, first off, let me put this down here first. Here, I'm gonna put this down to gray real quick so I can see the signature. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Put the new signature there, and then let's move the signature. Let's put you. We'll put it right under the armpit. There you go. We'll put it right underneath the armpit. No. Let's put you. Yeah, let's put you here. Let's put you here. Let's put you. Actually, I did like that. I did like that spot. So. I did like that spot at first. So. Let's put you, yeah, you know what, yeah, we'll put you down here. We'll put you down here. We'll put you down here. And then, instead of going full white, we'll see if we can get like an off-white. We'll do like an off-white, right? So that way it's not, too glaring. That way it's not too, glaring of a white color. So, let's do... I do like how Saya looks here. Are we the baddies? Sounds happy. Are we the baddies? Yeah, it's that old it's that old Skinner meme, you know. It's that definitely that old Seymour Skinner meme, you know. Are we the bad guys? No, it's the children. Are we the baddie? Are we in the wrong? No, it's the children. I'm in the wrong, Daniel. Good morning to you. Alright, we are done with Saya's new look here. Okay, let's go. Let it say. We are done, and yes, First time drawing some visible armpit, though. It's just some. I know there's like an armpit fetish for that too. Armpits, you know. All right, so let me go ahead and export this as a JPEG. Where is my Makini Live girls here? Where are you? Where are you? Studio Paint, Makini Live, Mindscape Cinema Components, Makini Live splash page, Saya. Here, and I'll post all this up to the community tab and on Discords and such like that later. So you guys will see that. All right, well, guys, I did post some new stuff up on Newgrounds, so definitely find me over there on Newgrounds. I did post some new stuff up there, so make sure you guys get some blessing. And oh my God, what is it? Okay, thank you, Grumpy. Thank you so much, Grumpy. Alright, yeah, Grumpy. And let's just say, okay, you just sent me a DM. Like, is viewable at 3 I think they are, because I got, like I said, I was put in the art portal, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I think they are viewable to the public, yeah. Okay, well, anyway, let's go. Anyway, we got one more story we want to go over, but before we do that, it is 8:15. Okay, let me go ahead and set up the area of 2 people watching on Rumble. Thank you guys so much. You guys are freaking amazing. So I want to do one thing real quick before we get started on the next one, and that is I'm gonna turn this down, and then I'm gonna make a PNG file. And Marketing Girls. Oh no, it's not here. Oh, where was it? See up here, Marketing Live, Mindscape Cinema Components, and this is Marketing Live splash page, Saya. Okay, so we got the splash page there, and oh no, that's not what I want. Hold on. That's not what I want. Because I didn't realize I had that glow and everything on top. So let me see if I can. Let me see if that noise. Let me see if I can. You know what? Let's do this. I'm gonna put all this together, and then I'm gonna make a copy of these here, and then I'm gonna flat these layers. I'm gonna merge visible layers. Oh no! That's not it. No! Freaking hell, Bandito! What the fuck, dude? Almost messed up, man, dude. Ew. Thank you for the member chat. You didn't say anything, though. Oh my god. Oh, dude. Freaking jump scare, man. What the hell? Okay. Merge selected layers. There you go. Thank you. And I'm going to... There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we got that. And let's do... Wait, did the tone get... Hold on. Hold on. We're missing something. We are missing something. Did I just lose my tone? Oh, shoot, I did lose my tone correction. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, let me do this again. Holy shit. Okay. 1 second. Okay, this, and then what I want to do is... And then I'm going to merge selected layers, turn this off, take this here, and then clip it. There we go. There we go. Holy shit. Okay, and then we're going to do an export to PNG. Okay, there we go. Yes. 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 Okay. Thank God. Okay, so we got that. Actually, we might want to... Actually... Yeah, no, let's keep it. Let's keep it like that. Let's keep it like that. Keep it like that. Okay, and then here... And then... Oh, I gotta do it in the video. Okay, I'll do it in the video later. Okay. Okay, we got it. Alright. Whew. Oh, shit. Shit, it freaking scared me like that video. Thank you for the member chat. Okay, so there's one more thing I want to bring up. Particularly, this one might be a little, well, it's kind of personal, kind of. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Bandito, thank you for letting me know. Oh, thoughts and prayers go out to Sully and his family. Eric O'Sullivan, he lost his mother. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Damn. Tell Sully my condolences, man. I'm so sorry to hear that. Damn. I'm so sorry to hear that, Sully. Thoughts and prayers, man. Anyway. Yeah, guys, let's get some thoughts and prayers to Sully and Eric O'Sullivan. Let him know. Let him know we're thinking about him. Just let him know we're thinking about him, okay? So, fuck. Sorry to hear that. Anyway. Sully's a good guy. Sully's a great person. So I used to hang with him on the Sunday morning shows with Jinja and such. So there we go. There we go. Okay. Alright, so there's one more thing I want to bring up. I have talked about this individual before. If you guys remember, I made a little community post on the eve that he was trying to get information on, trying to dig up dirt and trying to, get personal information on on Mark Kern, Rums. You know, I remember, if you guys remember that. I just remember that whole ordeal. This is Nick Calandra. I'm not a big fan of him, honestly. I really am not a big fan of him. I've said some very, very, very critical of kind of his actions and behavior. But for those who don't know, Nick Calandra is the co-owner of Second Wind, senior editor at Second Wind as well. He's former. He worked with. Everybody probably should know this name, Yahtzee, formerly of Zero. He works with Yahtzee. Yahtzee, everybody, you guys remember from Zero Punctuation. They started leaving their own. They left their own. They started their own. They started their own studio, Second Wind. They started their own company, Second Wind, to get away from the corporatization of media and such like that. But it seems that throughout Second Wind's tenure, Nick Calandra has not been... He is not shown to be the most upstanding human being. I'll say that much. I've said before that he's lost any right to call himself a human being after his actions, after his deplorable actions. And it seems that what everybody has been seeing on the outside is now that some people on the inside of Second Wind are now seeing that Nick Calandra, his actions and his behavior is causing them trouble to the point where they're now having to leave. This is coming from Smash JT. Go ahead and check out Smash JT. Subscribe to his YouTube channel, as well as check out his website, Smash JT, for the full articles detailing everything that goes on within the video game industry. Employees leave because Nick Calandra of Second Wind blows. And this is definitely very opinionated from Smash, but I can understand the sentiment. At this point, Nick Calandra of Second Wind, we're no stranger to any of his psychological derangements. No matter how much he tries to mask his mentality, the truth always finds a way. The recent developments over at Second Wind Group is far more hidden underneath than the surface of what they've imagined. Oh, this is behind a wall. Okay, so essentially, I did not really bring that up. I forgot to bring that up. But Apic Eric has talked about this, and Smash GT has talked about this, and I think it's worth. I think it's I think it's worth it. I think it's absolutely worth it. So you know what? I'm gonna do that just for Smash. Just for Smash, I'm gonna go ahead and sign up on this one. But essentially, to give the full details, members of Second Wind are leaving. Contributors within the Second Wind are leaving the company. Many of them are citing Nick Calandra. Some of them are actually citing Nick Calandra for the reason that of their departure. Essentially, a lot of the issues that people were having over the past couple of months, well, they have surfaced. Essentially, Nick Calandra has said some unflattering things. He has went after people as well, and it's not it's not a good look. Essentially, it's not a good look. So, just for Nick, just for Smash JT, just because I want to support him and what he's been doing. 1 second. Sorry. 1 second. And okay, there we go. So, all right. Employees is sick. Recent developments over a Second Wind Group proves there's far more hidden underneath the surface than what any of us could ever imagine. Starting with a former employee, Sebastian Ruiz, of who goes by the name of Frost of Rivia on Twitter/X, very well-known contributor to Second Wind, and he posted this on his handle. Basically, his departure. He posted this on his handle. Essentially, he puts a full he posts a full resignation letter, and I'm gonna post this on. I'll put this in the chat. It's a full resignation letter to leaving Second Wind, and essentially citing Nick Calandra, basically. Citing Nick Calandra as far as resignations, basically. I'll go ahead and read his statement. Is that when I joined Second Wind Group, I was under the assumption that we were forming a team of creators under equal value and equal say. Individual creators that would oversee the personal series in the group that would decide how to run the business together. It is plain as day that we have recreated the toxic corporate environment that we abandoned, led by a petulant wannabe CEO who overspends, overpromises, and underdelivers, sows division, and tarnishes our image, asserts his creative vision, or rather creative blindness. Oh, this is pretty heavy. This is a pretty heavy statement here. Asserts his creative vision, let alone more lines of creative blindness. Let me bring this right here. Okay. This is here we go. Cersei's creative vision, or creative blindness, and sabotages anyone's attempts to correct him at all while he fails in his most basic duties. Joyrides around the world, clout farms, and expects the community and Yahtzee to foot the bill because Nick Calandra tanks our YouTube revenue and makes us undesirable for our sponsors. It is beyond incompetence. Nick Calandra operates in bad faith to serve his ego, and his group lacks the attitude and process to appropriately deal with the inaction and inability to deliver the core capabilities of our roles. The board of directors lacks a knowledgeable enough majority to see through even the most substitute for information, even when the presented double-down versions of their repeated request. Ooh, that's escaping. The rest of the owners have little knowledge of what's going on, and I don't fault them because that's the point of sorry. Because that is the point. Because that is sorry. Because I don't fault them because that's the point of the culture of isolation. They aren't enough lads at once thinking that there's a problem, that the rest of them know the problems, therefore there are no problems. All my personal attempts to make Nick see reason are ignored. All my attempts to make leads aware of Nick's behavior are brushed off with minimal action. All of my attempts to raise concern from our systemic issues, who's with the leads off, are put off until problems occur. I refuse to be subjected to this behavior any longer. I believe I have done everything in my power to address the issues for the past 6 months, and I want no part in preying on the community's goodwill and Yahtzee's hard work simply because we can't run a business. At this rate, we don't deserve to run a business. And then, basically, consider this my formal resignation effective immediately. So yeah, this is definitely not good for the Second Wind department, especially was one of your bigger contributors leaving the company the way it is. Leaving the company, especially citing the problem with Smash GT or something like that. in his resignation, and he definitely brings up the fact that Nick Collange's actions are causing them problems, especially with trying to get new sponsors and such like that. But it doesn't stop there. Cisco Araneda also announced his departure from Second Wind today, reinforcing and backing up the same concerns raised by Frost of Rivera. Posting on Twitter, Araneta expressed support for Ruiz, highlighting his own successful track record with the company. Critical support for the other Frost. Today was my last day of Second Wind as well. All I can say is we exceeded sales goals every day, every single month. Despite their achievements, his tweet underscored undergoing issues within Second Wind's management and operational strategies. Araneta thanked his clients and hinted at future endeavors, directing them to his LinkedIn for more information, signaling a hopeful yet definitive end to his tenure as Second Wind. According to Collange on Second Wind's Discord, Araneta was not let go and did not resign. Araneta was let go but did not resign, though. The resignation letter and cutbacks didn't shy away from criticizing Collange's managerial competence, or better stated, lack thereof. A serious allegation suggesting how Collange's personal motives trump professional responsibilities. The letter also critiques the broader relationship dynamics within Second Wind, revealing a lack of engagement and awareness that has perpetuated the group's issues. I tried to reach out to Yahtzee, former co-founder of Second Wind, my apologies, co-founder of Second Wind, to warn of his ongoing destructive wave brought on by Nick, but it was met with silence. Perhaps Yahtzee is unable to do anything with this anyway, as Collange, being the co-founder, granted him too much power to begin with. The latest revelations seem almost prophetic in light of my earlier critiques about Second Wind. Not to take a victory lap, because I never want to see good people lose any employment, but it's the reality. And same thing with I just don't want to see anybody lose employment, period. The narrative has now unfolded and was flagged early on as the only real outcome, given the apparent mismanagement and flawed leadership practices by Collange specifically. The disintegration of the term cohesion and operational integrity appears to have not just foreseeable, but more so inevitable. The resignations are a microcosm, foreshadowing even of incoming broader unraveling, suggested that Second Wind is on a downward spiral. Rui's final words are a damning sad farewell to a project that can no longer align with his values or expectations. As Second Wind confronts more public discourse, the focus shifts to how it will respond to these internal criticisms and manage its path forward, if a forward path remains viable in the first place. For observers and former fans, the situation at Second Wind serves as a good reminder about the dangers of misaligned leadership and the destructive potential it holds, not just for products under his stewardship, but for the community it serves. Collange was given every warning sign in the book, yet leadership has failed to heed the blinking red light and the sound of the alarm. There is an undeniable importance of accountability and transparency in leadership, particularly in the creative collectives where collaboration and mutual respect are foundational. People like Nick Collange prove that they are not fit for the role, yet continue to find ways to manipulate others into trusting them, or at least initially. Of course, we don't know. Second Wind, their Patreon is, I think, this Patreon, you usually get about $54,000 in Patreon support, I think, per year, or such like that, or something like that. So they do have a lot of support, but it might be going in the wrong ways. And plus, Nick Collange's recent actions doesn't really help the reputation of Second Wind and such like that. As Second Wind attempts to navigate through its storm, I'll be watching close to see what could possibly, of course, but it'll succumb to the turmoil that has been taken hold of. A good start would be removing Nick for those who resign, starting over fresh, but perhaps the time is lost past. But yeah, so I just wanted to bring this up just because, you know, Smash has his own personal beef with Nick Collange, Second Wind, his personal issues, as stated a while back. He went. I first heard about Nick Collange through the situation regarding. The beef regarding him and Mark Kern Grums on Twitter and such like that, getting to the point where there were leaked leaked Discord revealed that he was trying to dig up information or dig up dirt on Grums, and it's just, I found that very abhorrent. I found that very really disrespectful. I found that very abhorrent. I found that very I just found that very abhorrent and disrespectful, and I found that just like, I get that, listen, I get that we're not everybody's a fan of Grums, and I don't agree with him on generally everything, although granted, yeah, I did support the Free Stellar Blade movement and other such like that. However, to go that far, I think is really, I just think is really disgusting. I think it's disgusting, and I think it's really, really, you don't really earn your right to call yourself a human being. You don't get to have you don't get to have a moral high ground when you resort to those kind of tactics, in my opinion. You don't get to have a moral high ground because of that. And I was very steadfast on, bringing that about, Nick. And of course, there were also tweets bringing up the fact that he would, do the same thing that they said that he would go fight people, that he would be willing to punch people out in a bar. Same way with you remember the whole come fight me physically, bitch, that you guys remember from everyone's our lovable failed sex worker and senior editor Kotaku, to which Nick seems to be very loyal, which Nick seems to be pretty loyal to that. Like, even when Stuttering Craig was bringing up a lot of the tweets that, our lovable failed sex worker and senior editor Kotaku was talking about in the early days of the whole SBI controversy, Nick didn't have a say in that matter. Nick basically dodged the question. I'm like, so you're just buddy buds with her? Like, so you want to call out the issues on one side, but you're not willing to bring up the issues stemming on your own side either. And the fact that one of the people that you're clearly really good friends with is starting a lot of the drama too. I did not find that. I found that kind of abhorrent and just really sad too, and just kind of really just pathetic. Like, I will give him props for, yes, I will give him props for, going on stream with Stuttering Craig to have at least have a discussion, to reach out, but it still doesn't excuse the effect of his behavior and his actions and such like that. Like, and let's also answer the fact that he made this huge campaign. He made this huge... no, it's not NDA. Power. It's not NDA. Because they're not a part of the same company. It's clearly... the two are buddy buds. Okay? It's not NDA. Because if he's not willing to call her out, but he's willing to call us out, he's willing to call a lot of these people on this side out, though. Like... Don't get, and that's not an NDA. But with the on top of that, he went on he made public tweets saying that, if you going publicly stating to go after people's funding. That's where I had the problem with. To go after people's funding, to go after people's income. And when Smash AT made that, Kotaku detected on his channel, freaking Nick went out of his way to start a campaign, to basically start a false flagging campaign to bring down Smash JT's channel, and therefore part of his livelihood as well. To bring down they actually got his website taken down for 3 days. I think for 36 hours, yeah. They got his website taken down for 3 days on Memorial Day weekend and finally got it back by reporting it to Wix and such like that. I'm sorry, I can't support those kind of actions. If you're going to start on a false flagging, basically a false flagging campaign, and to basically say, yes, it's okay to go after people's funding, to go after people's livelihood and income, over disagreements, over being called out for their bad behavior. I stand by that. He does not earn the right to call himself a human being because of that. Because that is inhuman behavior. And it's just like why do I have, and it's just like why aren't people ringing him in? It's like he has a Twitter and he's making all these stupid tweets and statements like that. And I'm like, you need to get off Twitter, dude. You need to get off social media and focus on this. But you instead, every time you say you do that, you continue to spout claim after claim about these stupid statements and such like that, and trying to play the victim. Let's add on to the fact that with 8-Bit Eric, he tried to look, and also because 8-Bit Eric tried to make Nick Calandra tried to make statements on 8-Bit Eric was essentially a PDF file that he shouldn't be around children. If those don't know, 8-Bit Eric, he is a former wrestler himself, and he runs a wrestling academy, and that is part of his business. And you're basically insinuating that 8-Bit Eric is a PDF file. I find that very abhorrent. I found that, honestly, consider it very hypocritical, honestly, because it seems like he would be the kind of, Nick Calandra would be kind of the kind of person who would be stepping up, who would disavow Dr. Disrespect, but would turn the other cheek for someone like, say, the former employee of Mr. Beast. That employee who decided to play pretend, abandoning his own wife and son. The same employee of Mr. Beast who was revealed to be in Discord talking to minors. I got nothing, man. I'm not. I got nothing on that. Yeah. Just yeah, they pulled a Cuffles card. Yeah, I know, right? But it's just this is but I just wanted to but as I bring that up with the whole thing with 8-Bit Eric, I'm like, and also led to another associate within a friend of Nick Calandra and everyone's favorite failed sex worker, Sierra Kotaku, to try and call up 8-Bit Eric's workplace and try to get him fired. Now, the same thing happened with Smash JT when we had Chris Kindred of Sweet Baby Inc., who caught wind of trying to shut down Kotaku Detected and such like that to try to get Smash JT fired from his job when he called his workplace up. I'm sorry, you don't get to you have zero moral high ground. You don't get to have this high and mighty stature if you have people like that as well. And I guarantee you, and that is expected to be called out on. Because I would do the same. I would call out, if anybody tried that stint, try to call up my job, and try to call up my job in any attempts to get me fired, or attempts to try to try to false flag my YouTube channel or my Etsy shop, or try to this, that, or the third to try to, basically cut my funding whatever way, yeah, I'm going to call them out. And I'm going to make sure it's public. But this whole thing has just been building up with Little Nicky and over at Second Wind. This whole thing has been building up because this kind of behavior, and especially from one of the higher ups, especially from one of the co-founders of your company, it's no surprise that people are going to depart. Your own employees are going to catch wind of this, and they're going to depart. They're going to open up about the stuff that's been going on behind the scenes. I need to get ready and go, but I wanted to cite this because my point still stands. My point still stands. Nick Colangelo, Second Wind, you lose any right to call yourself a human being after a lot of the actions that you pulled off. And on top of that, I'm sorry, but a lot of this is a lot of what's going on with the downfall of Second Wind stuff. You have yourself to blame. You can't go around pulling this kind of ish all the time. To assert yourself as some kind of moral high ground, but thinking that it's okay to, go after people's funding. To go after people's sources, go after people's livelihood, try to get people fired. Try to dig up information, regardless of how you feel about them, regardless. There are lines we don't cross, generally. There are general lines that we don't, it's being a sin stone, but there are generally lines that we don't cross. And you just look to be a complete hypocrite and just a truly detestable human being for pulling those actions and trying to act like you're the righteous one. You're the victim in all this. And you can happily tell them I said that. So yeah, I wanted to bring that up. So big thanks Smash JT for that article, and I did support your Smash. If you're watching, I did support your website as well, because you really do great stuff. But I wanted to bring that up because that is important. That's kind of behavior that it's the behavior. It's that behavior and thinking that you have this moral high ground, that you're so high and mighty as of that. You don't, man. You have more skeletons. You have the biggest skeletons in your closet. Those who project the loudest, it's that old saying, those who project the loudest tend to have the biggest skeletons in their closet. And now what we're seeing is it's starting to bite back. It's starting to bite him in the butt, especially with the Side Scrollers interview, where he was where basically Melanie, Mac, Stuttering Craig, and Blabs went to town, basically questioning him on a lot of the stuff. And I think they probably should have went even much further, in my humble opinion. In my opinion, I think they should have went much further than that. But this is abhorrent. This is simply abhorrent. Okay, so anyway, guys. So I didn't know I wish we could have gone much farther. No, well, no, I don't say I wish, but no. I could have gone farther enough. I know this is a little bit of a jumbled. Alan Copeland, good morning. We're about to wrap it up, guys, because I need to get ready for work. But we'll be back here on Sunday. We'll try to do a further deep dive into the Bungie stuff and such like that. I know I still have one more drawing that I need to do. And that is the monthly poll drawing of Eve in her Ocean Maid outfit. So I will be starting on that one tonight, if not tomorrow. But this is how Saya's look. So we finished with Saya, but then I'm gonna start on Skyla this weekend as well, and then we'll just kind of culminate all that within the upcoming week. So. But big thank you to guys who do that. So y'all, please just do me just a huge favor on the way out. Step on that like button. Here you go. Step on that like button. Share the stream out. Guys, brand new here, hit that subscribe button. Of course, massive thank you to all of my new subscribers. Massive thank you to all my new subscribers this week. If you guys had not seen the video that I posted on Tuesday. Please do yourself a favor and check out that video. Really appreciate all support. Of course, massive thank you to everyone in the cute, sexy, and fun nation, the CSF nation. You guys are absolutely amazing, every last one of you. Today, it is August, so I will be sending the batches out. This next week, 6th through the 8th, for all the early adopters, 9th and 10th everywhere else. Sorry about that. Let me go back to the channel. Sorry about that. But 6th to the 8th for the early adopters, 9th and 10th everywhere else. And whatever was left over from last month's batch will be carried over into this month, but we're mainly going to be focusing on Makini Live. We're going to be mainly focused on the Makini Live reboot this month. So some of the term batches may be more related to Makini Live stuff. Maybe this month, if I can, I would like to get started on some of the new chibi, get ideas on some of the new chibi emojis as well. So it's going to be a busy month for me. There's going to be a lot I'm going to do. Of course, I got speed painting videos coming out. I got a speed painting video next week. I usually do the occasional commentary video as well. Plenty of content coming from me, and to everybody who subscribed to the channel, I really appreciate that. Let's get another 5 to 10 new subscribers. Let's get to 2,200 real soon. Our goal is still 3,000 subscribers, but I really appreciate that. And just to the people who subscribe, I really appreciate you guys' support. I hope you guys enjoy the art content, because mainly I'm an art channel, but I do like to talk about gaming and such like that. And when it comes to the commentary videos, stuff like that, I'm usually late to the party when it comes to topics, but however, if there is a topic that I feel personally is worth making a video on and warrant me, offering my personal opinions on and such like that, I'm going to make a video on it. But for the most, commentary videos may be a little more on the sparse side, but just because I like for stuff to kind of resonate. I like for stuff to kind of serenade and just kind of resonate and just give me some thought about, what I want to talk about. And like I said, if there's something that is worth talking about for me, I'm going to speak on it. So I'm going to make a video on it. So stay tuned. But next show is, of course, the Sunday Hangout with myself, Mama Bear, and guests. We cover mainly the gaming topics, and that's where a lot of the commentary videos are coming from, is sections from the gaming, sections from the Sunday Hangouts that we do. And it's I like talking about this stuff. I do like voicing my opinion and such like that, and just it's something to speak from the heart. So it's like that, and I noticed that my past 2 commentary videos have all been race related. But if it's something I do care about, if it's something that interests me, it's something I want to talk about, then I'm going to talk about it. So, but anyway, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get ready for work and everything. So, you guys have been absolutely amazing. I am Makini, artist, German, and illustrator, and I thank you all for tuning in to episode 12, and this week of another week of art draw streams here on Makini in the morning. Special thank you to Panbara Dollhouse for sponsoring this week's 5-day forecast, and we'll have a new sponsor next week for the 5-day forecast as well. So you guys have been all amazing. Until this weekend, or until Sunday, be cute, stay sexy, have fun. Never apologize for wanting attractive women in your media, especially in your video games. And above all else, never stop drawing. Have a great rest of your Friday, guys. If I don't see you all on Sunday, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all next week. Until then, I love y'all. Peace. Also, just want to give a brief heads. Just want to give a heads up. I will update the member list in the thank yous and in the credits for next week. So member list will be updated next week, especially if we get any new members on Sunday. We'll update next week. Right, Kitty, I see you in there. Sorry, gotta catch the replay. So people coming in here right now, you gotta catch the replay. So anyway, guys, have a great rest of your Friday. Hopefully I'll see you all tonight on the Late Show on Loki's channel. So, but until then, I'll see you all on Sunday. I love y'all. Never stop drawing. Peace. Also, subscribe to Jay the Concept. Also, subscribe to Get Jay the Concept, React and Draw, Sean and Dan's channel, especially Sean's new channel, as well as congratulations to Kyle for hitting 100,000 subscribers. So, later. For free tickets to be in the next Makini in the Morning live show audience, visit youtube.com/Makini90 or call 765-9077 toll free. Makini in the Morning is produced by Silver City Productions with Makini Draws Productions in association with Channel 9 Television and is distributed by CSF Nation Domestic Television Distribution.